Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of Finding My Voice. This episode's going to be even less planned than it usually is. I've had a little bit of a rough day, a couple of days. It's not all doom and gloom, but there are a few things I'm going to bring up. I'm going to censor myself quite a bit. But yeah, I had my first bit of harassment from this podcast. Great, huh? Of course, I knew this was going to happen. You know, I have the nerve to exist and be trans after all, and that means I deserve to be threatened. And I have been now. I knew I was going to be. You know, I know I live on this planet, and that's going to happen. I'm not known in any sense of the word. I love you all for listening, but what do I have, 4 listens a day? I know this is a tiny podcast, but it's enough apparently to find one of the trolls. And the trolls are scary. I mean, seriously, these are people who literally want me to not exist for no other reason than, not being like them. And it just shows a very dark side of humanity, that they feel justified in treating people like this and pushing a movement of actual extermination. This is really dark. There are some good things that have happened. Obviously, all in all, I'm feeling very good today and inspired. I have a very good friend who's in a metal band called Travantillium. You should look them up. They have a few songs out and they're great. I just love them. And I was sent a link to a video of them rehearsing some new songs and some of the old ones. And it was great. I loved it. And it inspired me to write 2 sonnets. And being in the mood I'm in, a bit angry at the world for being what it is, I wrote 2 angry sonnets. Well, it's a series of 2 sonnets. One poem consisting of 2 sonnets. I don't know what you call that. A couplet? I don't know. A couplet, just lines. Never mind. I will read those sonnets afterwards. And there's also some other cool things that grew out of this. Not ready to be announced yet, but it's super exciting. If you stick with me for, let's be honest, quite a while, you're going to get to share it with me. And it's going to be worth it. Trust me. And apart from the comment, the commenter on my blog, by the way, what do they think? They commented on the blog, and do they think I'm going to approve it? I have to approve the comments before they show. Did they think I was going to just, that looks nice, and just put it up there? What? Never mind. Okay. I also saw an ad out looking for actors. I've studied acting and I've done acting, so I do get job offers in acting. And here's a part that a production company in Sweden is looking to fill. It's called Phoenix. I'm not gonna hide them. Let's see. Yes, they are casting for a documentary. Yes, they're casting an actor. Because they're doing a feature documentary about trans care for children, or they call it trans-identifying children. That's a warning flag right there. And they're talking about the industry of puberty blockers. That's also very problematic in its formulation. It shows really what their angle is going to be. And they're also saying that they are going to be like Uppdrag Granskning's Transbarnen, which is it was a documentary funded by Swedish television, actually funded by the state, which is notorious for being just blatant anti-trans propaganda, fear-mongering. And it made life so much worse for so many children. And, the government stuck by it. They like that propaganda. So yes, it is upsetting. It's very upsetting. And this production company making this documentary are hiring actors to play gender experts in an American trans care clinic. They couldn't ask actual gender experts. They wanted an actor to play a gender expert, so that they would just read from their script. They just blatantly go, hey, we need actors to play these experts so they can say what we want experts to say about trans people. Like, they are not stating any agenda, but I would be surprised beyond measure if this was anything other than just more fear-mongering and part of the extermination campaign we are under right now. And if it isn't, if it is actually on our side, what they are doing is catfishing for transphobes to reveal them, I guess. That's a slight possibility, although I am not gonna hold my breath. That's probably not what this is, because they're using blatant transphobic language here. Well, dog whistle version, but no. This is the landscape I live in. And even though when I came out of work and my friends, my family have all been wonderful, I know that behind every corner, in every shadow, I know there are eyes staring at me that want me dead, literally. And I need allies that not only support me, but watch out for these things. When I'm not around, are people throwing around transphobic slurs? And are you chuckling at that, or are you letting it pass? We can't let that stuff pass. Because I live in a world where a lot of people wish I didn't exist, and a lot of people would act on that, and frighteningly few people would even attempt to stop them. But yes, the positive spin on this is I got inspired. As I watched my friend rehearse her music, the band's music, of course, it's not just her. That would be mean. I got inspired to write a few sonnets, and I will read the sonnets. There's going to be more in the future from this exchange, but I will read the sonnets now. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter episode than normal. It's less planned. I am just speaking from my heart because I am upset, but also excited at the same time. I will read the sonnet, and then it's time for role-playing, and that will cheer me up. I'm hoping my next episode will be more cheerful. But here it is. My 2 angry sonnets. Outside my window staring in, unhindered by the cold and rain, you're waiting for it to begin, unending feast of fear and pain. Been right behind me all my life, your shadows breathing down my neck. Your seething hatred forms a knife to lure me toward a flaming wreck. So sick and tired of that shit. Why should I cower in the dark? I'll tear the wall down bit by bit. Watch me reject your shameful mark. You wave the flag of genocide, but I refuse to run and hide. You had me going for some time. You made me doubt my very soul. My mere existence was a crime. I hate you for the years you stole. I see you now in all your might. I see you cling to times of old. You thought you'd never have to fight if you could keep us in the cold. I'm not a fool, I know you will keep hitting us with all you've got. You'll keep attacking us until all you've got left to do is rot. It might be painful now and then, but I refuse to hide again. And that line has become my mantra. I know I had it in an earlier sonnet. I think I read it in my first episode. And it was a happier sonnet. It was about coming out and feeling great. And I know it's going to be hard, but I refuse to hide again. And every time I go home and I walk down the street and I'm alone, I know the fear is there. I'm still afraid of the world around me. But that line, I refuse to hide again. Whenever I feel that fear, I just repeat that line in my head. And I'm strengthened by it. So yes, I've had great experiences coming out, but I know the shadows are there and I am in danger. I know I am. But I refuse to hide again. And I welcome you to join me on my journey. I hope to see you next time. You'll be happier, I promise. Bye bye.